Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to show you in this video how to create piping with Clo3D. I'm going to show you the piping tool that the software has included for simulation and the way I personally do it, more oriented to production. I'm Lucia. If you want to see more of my work, you can find me on Instagram as Lucia Tech and subscribe to this channel to continue learning about technology applied to fashion. So there is a tool that this software brings in the 3D toolbar, which is this one, piping, which is more useful for only for 3D simulation. Also depends on the level of detail that I'm looking for. If I want to create a piping oriented to production, which I can measure, for example, we're going to do it the other way. I'm going to show you both. I have here some piping already created. I'm going to create the same here in the sleeve. First of all, I'm going to create, as I did here in the pocket, this line where I wanted piping. With edit pattern, I'm going to select the edge of the sleeve, right click, offset as internal line, 2.5 centimeters. Right click, cut and sew. Now this piece here, I'm gonna make it double. Later I'm going to unfold it. But what we want to do now is to focus on the piping. First of all, I'm going to show you this tool. Here's quite intuitive, quite easy to use piping. I'm gonna select here. And you just have to click on the line in the 3D or in the 2D window and follow the line, the path you want the piping to follow, doing a click from time to time until you get to the initial point. I personally prefer to use the other method I'm going to show you later, but this can work especially if you don't need to do a close-up. And as you can see, this piping is the same color than the garment. So here in the property editor, if you go to fabric, in this panel here, I can choose the fabric among the fabrics I have uploaded in the browser. I'm going to choose fabric 1. It looks, of course, a bit rustic compared to the one I did for the rest of the garment. I'm going to show you the way I do it, which is just a little bit longer, but again, it allows me to manipulate more things of the piping. So, edit pattern, I'm going to select the line where I want to apply the piping, and I'm going to read here the measurement. In this case, 35/16. So I'm going to create a rectangle with the rectangle tool. I'm going to select the fabric one. From now, you can select it and apply later, but I'm going to select it now. And the rectangle is going to be, I do a click in the 2D window, and this is going to be width 0.2, which is the width I did the piping before. Actually, in this case, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to say 0.2 here, height, and width 35/16, which is the measure I read before of this line. I'm going to place it here below the sleeve so that you can see exactly the same width. And next, I'm going to sew it. In this case, I'm going to use segment sewing, but you can use both depending on the path your piping does. Click in the white rectangle we created and click in the line where I want it applied. Next I'm going to do is going to select the rectangle in the 3D window, right click and superimpose side. We can try also superimpose over, can work a bit better. Oh, perfect. I can do it wider or thinner. I'm going to bring the particle distance down. That's very important for a detail like this. I'm going to select the rectangle again, particle distance in the property editor, 3. And also I can set the angle of the sewing. If I want the piping with this tool here, edit sewing, I'm going to select this sewing line, the one that joins the piping to the sleeve, and I'm going to set the angle here in the property editor. Fold angle 0, and that's going to bring the piping down. Well, that's all. I hope you find it useful. I hope you can use it to create your own pipings, and see you in the next video.